Parenting is chaos, laughter, and love. It's the hardest, happiest ride you'll ever take. So real mamas, let's get talking. Don't forget to hit that bell, like, and subscribe for more parenting tips. Hey mama, and welcome back to Real Talk Mama. Today we're going to talk about breastfeeding, a truly unique and precious experience. However, it can sometimes be challenging. Many moms tell me that they face obstacles, often due to common mistakes that can actually be easily avoided. So, a quick reminder, if you're new to the podcast, my name is Lee. I am an art teacher and art therapist using NLP and CBT techniques in and out of the classroom. I am a mother of 6 beautiful boys aged between 15 and 5 years old. And I'm your real mama, with real experiences and real tips on raising resilient children, as well as motherhood. Feel free to subscribe to my channel and check out my content. I'm sure you'll find answers to many of your questions, as well as techniques that can help your children become resilient and confident. So, let's dive in. I'm going to share with you the 5 most common breastfeeding mistakes and how to avoid them. Stick around until the end of the video, because these tips can truly make a big difference. Unfortunately, I learned the hard way. Mistake number 1, waiting for your baby to cry before offering the breast. One of the most common mistakes is waiting for your baby to cry before breastfeeding. But actually, crying is already a late sign of hunger, just like thirst in older children or adults. My pediatrician told me that in medicine they say that crying is a delayed signal. By the time your baby is crying, they're often already frustrated or agitated, which can make latching more difficult and even lead to poor attachment to the breast. To avoid this, it's important to watch for early hunger cues, like small mouth movements, turning their head as if searching for the breast, or sucking on their fist. My babies did this a lot. These cues are like little signals saying, "It's time." Especially in the first few weeks. Learning to recognize these signs will make breastfeeding much smoother. Mistake number 2, thinking you don't have enough milk. This is one of the most common concerns for moms, and I fell for this all the time. Many wonder if they're making enough milk, especially when their baby nurses frequently. Your body is an amazing machine. It adapts to your baby's needs. The more your baby nurses, the more milk you produce. It's a basic supply and demand system. One thing that can be misleading is growth spurts, which typically happen around 3 weeks, 6 weeks, and 3 months. During these times, it may seem like your baby isn't satisfied, but this is just a temporary phase. Trust your body and keep feeding on demand. Everything will regulate itself. It's crucial to stay hydrated, eat a balanced diet, and rest as much as possible. These factors also impact your milk supply. And, of course, if you have concerns, talk to your doctor. Mistake number 3, poor positioning or latch. If breastfeeding is painful or your baby seems to have trouble nursing effectively, there's likely an issue with positioning or latch. A good latch is essential. Your baby should open their mouth wide and take in not just the nipple, but also part of the areola. If you feel pinching or pain, it's a sign that an adjustment is needed. There are different breastfeeding positions that can help, such as cradle hold, side lying position, rugby hold, and upright koala hold. Don't hesitate to seek guidance from a lactation consultant or midwife. Sometimes a small adjustment makes a huge difference. Mistake number 4, comparing yourself to other moms. With social media and mom groups, it's easy to fall into the comparison trap. You might see other moms who seem to have it all figured out. Their milk flows effortlessly. Their baby sleeps 6 hours straight. But the reality is that every breastfeeding journey is unique. What works for one mom might not work for another. Focus on your own rhythm and your baby's needs. Some moms produce a lot of milk while others produce less, but as long as your baby is gaining weight and having enough wet diapers, that's what matters. When in doubt, consult your pediatrician or doctor. Bottom line, trust your instincts and don't compare yourself to others. Mistake number 5, introducing a bottle too early. Giving a bottle too soon, especially in the first few weeks, can increase the risk of nipple confusion. Babies may prefer the fast flow of a bottle and struggle with breastfeeding afterward, since bottle feeding is more passive, while breastfeeding requires more effort. If possible, wait until breastfeeding is well established, around 4 weeks. However, I'm not into rigid rules. Every family does what works best for them. If you decide to introduce a bottle earlier, do it knowingly and in a way that supports your breastfeeding goals. I didn't breastfeed my firstborn. I went through a dramatic C-section, had a hard recovery, and, well, no one talked to me about breastfeeding and its importance. My milk dried up on its own. With my other children, I was smarter and more prepared. However, each child is different, and each situation and life period is different for every child. Some of my kids were breastfed, some I pumped and transferred to a bottle, while some got a bottle from the start. You have to find what supports you and your baby best. There you have it, mamas. These were the 5 most common breastfeeding mistakes. By knowing about them, you can avoid them and make your breastfeeding journey much smoother than mine was. Remember, breastfeeding is a learning experience for both you and your baby. It's rarely perfect at first, and that's completely normal. If this video was helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with other moms. Let me know in the comments if you've experienced any of these challenges. Take care of yourselves, mamas, and don't forget, you are doing the best you can. Don't forget to hit that bell, like, and subscribe for more parenting tips.